comments from Prioritize for Your Purpose. First, I'd like to acknowledge my wife, April, who has stood by my side since 1999 when we started dating. 2001, when we were engaged. Yeah, man. In 2003, when we were married. She's seen me at my worst and my best, and yet continues to love and support me, believing that I can be all that I was created to be. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge my children, Anaya and Karis. These two girls keep me honest and motivated. They are watching how I live life, and I want to model the principles in this book for them for the rest of my days. Thirdly, I'd like to acknowledge all of the people that have served under my leadership at InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, Greater Mount Zion, The Source, and Apartment Life. Each space has developed me into the man that can write this book with conviction and practical application from having lived it. And finally, I'd like to thank my tribe who has supported the book and the team who has invested in making this book a reality. You know who you are, and I will forever be grateful. My dad wrote the foreword to the book, and if I get emotional, it's because this 77-year-old man has impacted my life like nobody else. He's a bivocational pastor over 45 years, married to my mom for 45 years. He's just the picture of faithfulness. So he writes, Corey was born into our family on purpose. We struggled to have children for 5 years and experienced 4 miscarriages. We had his brother, Troy Tabor, and then had another miscarriage, and then we had Corey Donnell Tabor. He came into the world on purpose and for a purpose. As he grew into his own as a leader in elementary and middle school, he always made intentional choices to live the life he felt he was supposed to live. He taught himself to type on a blind typewriter during spring break of his 4th grade year because he saw me typing church bulletins every week. When he wanted to play football, basketball, baseball, or track, he would ask because he believed if we could provide it, we would. He always had been a possibility thinker. Having a father as a pastor can be challenging, and many preachers' kids stray from what they've learned in their faith, but Corey has been committed to pursuing his faith from a young age and always wanted to help others do the same. He would observe older members of our community and ask them questions about life when he was just 8 or 9 years old. He's always had an old soul. When Corey was 4 years old, he started singing in the church, and when he was 8 years old, he started teaching Sunday school to 6-year-olds because he could read the book. He started speaking in the church at 12 years old, and I have been fortunate to have a front row seat to see how he's grown and developed as a speaker and leader, often painting pictures that stick to your heart and mind while motivating his teams to grow to the next level. As a father and pastor, I've always wanted to demonstrate character and integrity to him while showing him that faithfulness and consistency pay off. So I've shown up to my ministry assignments consistently for nearly 50 years. And this book is a culmination of years of faithful practice of prioritizing for his purpose. If Corey wanted to learn something, he found the book or the class to learn it. He's completed degrees and certifications, not for the paper on the wall, but for the impact that he can make with the information. He's always wanted to be prepared to fulfill his purpose, and I know that he has. You're about to embark on a journey that I've watched him live. Day in and day out over the years. He's truly lived an extraordinary life because prioritizing for his purpose has been at the forefront of his heart and mind. So when my wife of over 40 years, Carrie Hazel Tabor, his mother passed away in 2015, Corey was there in the room with her. She prayed for his purpose from the time he was in the womb, that he wanted to be there when she stepped into the next phase of hers. From the time Corey left to go to college, she would call and encourage him when he was having great success and when he was struggling with clinical depression. Because before she passed away, she had told me she wanted me, Troy, and Corey to preach at her funeral, and we did. Corey started preaching with a sermon titled The Fighting Finisher, where he highlighted my wife's 24-year journey with kidney failure and dialysis treatments 3 times a week while she continued to fight the finish of her life on earth. On this day, I was so proud to see him prioritize his roles as a son, brother, nephew, cousin, husband, and father. He had friends travel from thousands of miles away because of the depth of relationships he's maintained over the years. That fateful day, we saw a small glimpse into the impact he has and will have as he prioritizes for his purpose. So join the journey of living in purpose, on purpose today. Signed, Samuel E. Tabor, aka Corey's dad. I get emotional because my dad has just believed in me, you know. He drove me to UT, drove me to grad school interviews, drove me to my graduation in Missouri. I mean, he's just always believed in me and supported me and modeled faithfulness. And I cry today a lot because he cried. He used to quote John 11:35, which says, Jesus wept. He said the biggest man in the world could cry, and a man should be able to cry. And so, this book is just a culmination of the impact that he and my mother had on me. And I hope that it'll be a positive impact on those who read it. So typically I would read a couple more chapters in the book, but I'm gonna let you guys enjoy your meal tonight. If you have questions about the book or want to know about the master class we're offering starting on Thursday night, where we'll workshop through the book and give you practical application on how to use the book, you can come up and we'll get you that information here at the table. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you have a great afternoon.
Yet to see.